Okay, well, we're back. Sorry about that. I thought that I was going to be able to do all this without, splitting the stream feed, but unfortunately that just wasn't in the cards either, me. So, they have a system in this game that is pretty significantly different from WarioWare, because you have what is called a clutch. Is that in order to keep running forward, you have to keep hitting the X button, and you have to do it before that little meter on the right fills all the way up. Alright. There's a pretty significant amount of screen shake going on too. I probably should. Turn that off. Yeah, okay, that's a little bit easier for people to see. In every level you have to find these 4 dynamite plungers, effectively level a building, and remove a whole bunch of blocks that have a specific card suit on them. And like I said, while Wario is themed around money, Anton tends to be themed a lot around drinking and gambling. All of these coins that I'm picking up are actually poker chips. Alright. There's a mechanic where you actually frequently jump between the foreground and the background, which is something that Wario did in the game WarioWare Virtual Boy Wario Land. That was the name of the game, So just like Adeline MD, which is actually the game that we started the entire Streamathon playing, this is another game that goes back and basically rewrites Mario mechanics, but does it in a way that it feels indie and strong enough in its own concepts to actually stand pretty well on its own, and that is definitely something admirable about that. Moving forward in Sonic Mania, now I'm just thinking, okay, well, every once in a while, in order to keep myself from burning out too quickly, I'm just going to go ahead and just play Sonic Mania one level at a time until I finally get to the end. There's only like 3 or 4 stages left in it anyway. Alright. Probably not a particularly good way to get rid of a bunch of nitro crates. Alright. Alright. Me. So, just like Wario Land 4 is that you actually have to beat a self-destruct mechanism all the way back to to the start of the stage. You know, during which the game just has every every opportunity in order to make all hell break loose around you. All right. Okay, well, I obviously can't escape from there. You know, you've been seeing a blimp flying around in the foreground. I think it's on this very screen. That very same blimp is actually going to start... I'm going to have to start running from it. You know, everything's falling apart. Everything's falling apart, just as I said it would. All right. You know, nice enough to give me some health pickups over there, because I'm really low on health trying to dodge literally all the mayhem going on screen right now. Yikes. Okay, so a little bit down here. Oh, gee, look, it's the exit. I can just go ahead and leave all this. You know, I'm going into an elevator deeper into the underworld, which is what you're probably going to need to do if you're going to eventually confront the devil.
No, God damn it, Anton, what the hell are you doing here?
Yeah, damn it, goddamn son of a bitch! I don't want to be here either.
What the hell are you talking about? I banned you for not paying your tab. It's been months.
Well, you know, maybe we better just say I banned myself, you know, because I know better than a frequent a place doesn't respect my time, you know. Have you seen the state of the place? I mean, look at it. Ultra drink selection, really. And do you ever see that guy behind the bar? Ugh.
Hey!
And don't tell the health inspector, but I think it smells like cat piss in here. Didn't your wife leave you years ago?
Don't you have somewhere to be?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I do. Some slimy rat bastard stole the spirits I took from behind your counter. I'd say my time's better spent taking care of that than, hearing you cry about your dead wife or whatever.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
I'll tell you what. I'll let you use my establishment as your place of operations to get back your spirits. And as long as you make good on clearing out those satanic pests screwing up my business, I'll lift the ban.
All right.
Well, I gotta admit, I, kinda missed the place. And, you too, I guess.
The feeling is not mutual. Now get out of here before I change my mind, you little bastard.
Okay, so here's basically what the shop system is made out of. Hang out with a swap bartender named Brulo, who is more than happy to just sell you a whole bunch of cheap junk. Okay, I bought a alternate spray color, and that is that. Let's see what else we can find around here. All right. I think this is just a sewer stage.
The devil himself to flash before your eyes. This isn't a game.
Oh, well, all of a sudden we have a water stage. You know, if this game wasn't already extremely busy trying to throw everything in the kitchen sink at you. You know, for all the crazy game mechanics they put in there ought to be one or more things that is just here to actually help you play. Some of the water has electric eels in it, so you have to time the when you're in the water, otherwise you're gonna get shocked. Okay, so I think these gears are water wheels. Gates will open up if I run water on next to the gears. Okay, just like that. You know, sometimes it's worth it just to ground stomp an area, because you're probably just going to need that ground stomp in order to carry you to the next section of the stage anyway. Alright. Uh-oh. Alright. It's just like a kind of non-copyright distinct version of Ratfink graffitied on the wall over there. It's supposed to look like one of those rats in German helmets that we saw before. But then it's also supposed to be a homage to the immortal Big Daddy Roth. You know, I love it when references come together. We all know that. Well, I think I screwed that up. All right. Am I backtracking too much? Is there actually another place I should have been going? There's an area up and to the left. I don't think I've been here yet. Okay, well, regrettably, that wasn't something that was going to allow me to progress, you know. Not that I'm complaining about it. Alright. we go. That's how I'm supposed to do that. And you know, just like any game that is in the genre of Wario type platformers, they actually make this so that you could do a substantial amount of speed running in it. But you know, given what my usual level of game playing is, I can't truly imagine, you know, being able to actually reach that height with this game. Still a lot of fun to play though. Alright. Alright. It's something I'm supposed to be doing here instead of dying pretty substantially from that weird rat thing that's on the bottom of the screen. Okay, I think I'm supposed to vacate the premises now. There's another place to score a bonus. Can I get a bonus? Alright. Alright. This is theoretically going well. Shouldn't feel too bad about the type of progress that I'm making. Alright. Okay, well, here we are. We're at the happy hour clock again. You know, they have some pretty extreme set pieces whenever you move into this second part of the stage. They do some pretty extreme things, like, well, like, particularly right here. Now I just have to play this entire level in silhouette. Which is a trend I think video games have been doing ever since Donkey Kong Country Returns. And levels used to change around pretty significantly when you played Wario Land 4 as well, but not to the extreme that it does in this game. Ouch. Okay, that was a mistake. Drat. Well, I screwed up that sequence again. That's the third time. Alright. Okay, yeah, I know I need to go this way. Okay. Dang it. I keep missing this one jump. Dang it. There it goes again. Ah, dang it. I should have grabbed that waterfall at the end of it. That's what I should have done. You know, imagine, you know, just going in a constant loop while you're in a WarioWare getaway sequence. Oh. Should have hit the crash at the top of that, too. There we go. That's how that's supposed to be done. It's great to have the ability to see color back again. Uh-oh. Oh, I'm going to fail the... I'm not going to be able to make it in time. There's probably one or two really complicated sequences at the end of this that I have not quite... Nope, I'm done. Ah, that didn't quite work. Alright. Okay, you know, just make sure I rapidly get through this sequence. I don't just start going in a loop like I did before. Ah, dang. You know, there's a certain button combination type sequence I should be doing here. Alright. I'm still having fun, I promise. Alright. Okay, make sure I get this one right the first time. This time. Alright. Okay, well, so much for that. Boing, boing, and then up, and then through. Okay, nope. Trying to thread a needle here. That's quite literally what I'm trying to do in this sequence. I'm just trying to... Hoit. Hoit. Ah, dang it. Let's go gamble. I mean, gambling and playing Anton Blast is really not that different. There we go. Okay, we can actually get through the rest of this sequence this time. Ouch. What am I actually supposed to be doing? Oh no, I'm supposed to be going in that door. Okay. Okay, this is what I really have to do. Okay, lock in. Make sure I climb all these waterfalls. Okay, break through that. Climb that waterfall. Climb that waterfall. I'm gonna do this without taking any more damage. That's also an important part of this. Just throw this in because it's a cutscene of some type. There we go. Alright, well, that's an approximation about how that sequence was supposed to go. Alright. So this is our first boss door. This is probably the last thing I'm going to do, and then I'm more than likely just going to switch games one last time. Alright. I used to know how to fight this boss, but now you're probably going to see me forget all about it. I mean, obviously there's a time when he actually does some wrestling poses, and that actually might be the time when I'm supposed to clobber him. Doesn't seem like it, though. You know, here we have a mid-boss that is actually capable of clobbering you within 2 or 3 seconds. Okay, now I remember. It has something to do with, you know, the ability to charge against the ropes. Okay, that's what it is. You know. Okay, that made him lose a health. Now I need to grab a heart. All right. Ouch. Oh, well. At least I got a basic idea of what I'm doing here. You know, gonna do a lot of splashing and jumping. A lot of jumping and splashing. I don't think he's actually gonna stop jumping. No, actually he does. He stops jumping and then he goes immediately back into his original stick. So you just have to tell him to get him to stop eventually. Ouch. And where is Brulo with that crate? I think I'm going to need him right about now. Drat. Well, I'm getting better at it, allegedly. All right. All right. Okay, every time he does that move, he is doing a shockwave. That's what we've just learned here. Oh, brother. Stuck between a weird dog thing and a hard place. If you can follow this action better than I can, then you are a better man than I. That's all I can say. You know, I continue to play games well into middle age. It doesn't necessarily make that an easy thing to do. Okay, no, that wasn't the time to strike back. Alright. All right. It's just the ability to outlast the guy. That's how you end up winning this one. Okay, might as well call that one a wash. Alright. Alright. I'm scared of you. Alright, well, at this point, you know, I'm going to very neatly acquiesce to the belief that I have probably, you know, taxed myself a little bit too much, and I just don't actually have the focus to continue this. Let me see, where are we on the clock? We're probably about 15 minutes till where I was planning to end. So, at this point, we're going to just go ahead and we're just going to leave it here. I mean, so, things have been already well exceeded my expectations due to the fact that, you know, we actually managed to get up to a total of $235. I've reconnected with some members of my family, and also the fact that I had one of those people, I had one of my members of my family just come and join me on the stream and actually play some Helldivers, which is a game I just never had a chance to experience before. So I'm over the moon right now. I think that anything, you know, everything that I was hoping to accomplish actually happened during today's stream. And, you know, I could not have had a better birthday. And I do have everybody who tuned in to thank. Thank you to Aurora Cosmic. As Aurora Cosmic was nice enough in order to be here and then stay through the entirety of the stream. So I want to thank them for that. I did get some new followers, some Veloci, Mickey Raton, and also Tails the Prowler. You know, thank you all of you for actually tuning in during this stream, giving me your favorites, and also thank you to absolutely everybody who was kind enough in order to contribute to this campaign. You know, I'm going to take one last look at the leaderboard here. You know, thank you once again. You know, right now we're at a total of 135. Thank you to Mikey, Ruby, and Jacob. Thank you to Margarita Gary. Thank you to my Tia, who is actually up at $35 at this point. Shelly Strauss, Sydney, and Mark Blank. Nobody has been ungenerous. As a matter of fact, the fact that we have 3 people who have donated $50 apiece, that's just above par. That's just top drawer. You know, that is absolutely the best thing that could have possibly happened during today's stream, is that so many people have been able to give so much. And so I have just a very distinct understanding about autism, not only just because I believe that I'm on the spectrum, but also everybody knows a friend and everyone knows a family member that actually has, you know, issues in their lives as a result of having autism. And, you know, what we're trying to do here, and this is something vastly more important in order to try to create understanding, try to create usefulness for individuals in society. It's so much more important in order to have good, proper understanding, thorough education, and support for what is probably a very large percentage of the population. So thank you absolutely everyone who gave a donation. You know, just the simple fact that everybody is able to make these kinds of donations and help out this very good cause, I'm completely aghast. I'm just, you know, there's words cannot express how much that I appreciate this from people. So thank you. We're gonna thank you. We're gonna continue to do this Streamathon throughout the month of April. And so probably the best way to continue to follow this was to follow us on my Blue Sky page, is that braidingtherpgcat.bsky.app. And by all means, you know, is that we have the links left out open, you know, in places around my stream page, and you can go ahead and follow the QR code and continue to give these fantastic donations. So thank you once again, everybody, for tuning in. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do a raid. Let me see, who would I like to pay a visit to right now? Okay. Oops, that's actually Twitch tracker. I just wanted Twitch. Okay, there we are. Okay, so who could we pay a visit to right now? Oh, you know what? We're gonna go over to Lasso Cat City. Right now, they're in the middle of playing Minecraft. And, yeah, so, you know, Lasso Cassidy is somebody who's with me in the very charitable, the Cloudercoo stream team. And so, you know, we're going to go ahead. We'll pay him a visit. In the meantime, though, you know, thank you, everybody, for staying tuned in. Remember, BRY, you know what? Actually, I should do this up the proper way, because I quite literally set up my thanks for watching screen in order to facilitate me continuing to talk to you when we sign out. I haven't used this feature yet. I need to do that. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna head over to Lasso Cassidy's channel right now. Don't forget, folks, that BRNY means smart. Nothing is too hard if you use your head. Always be the change that you want to see in the world. Have a good day, everybody, and thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for donating.